Biological civilization plus civilization level climb+selection+overhead+single female lead, no female lead, superbacteriophage technology. An enhanced variant of bacteriophages that can completely kill known diseased cells in level 1 biological civilization. E. coli Usage Modulation Technology. A comprehensive collection of E. coli multifunctional composite technologies, which can be modulated into 1. Biological engines, 2. Biological transmission shaft, 3. Biological thrusters, 4. Protein battery technology. Utilizing the high energy storage and amplification characteristics of proteins, stacking energy storage is achieved through basic molecular structure modulation. Living exploration biological ship technology. Level 2 biotechnology, unconventional biological ship, modified from living carbon to silicon-based body, retaining some living characteristics, capable of growing and possessing additional capabilities. The fourth natural disaster plan. Race. Escherichia coli, racial positioning. Outbreak Race Introduction. The weak Escherichia coli evolved and has grown step by step to this day. Due to its original fate, it will never be able to escape the curse of foul odor. Because the curse of foul odor is rejected by other bacteria, the powerful Escherichia coli people are trying to find a way to rewrite the curse of foul odor, but they cannot escape it even in the face of difficulties. This is their eternal pain. Genetic ability. Gear boiling. Consuming organic matter to rotate the core chain gears of oneself, thereby generating explosive force and speed. 1 point of organic matter equals 2 forces and 1.5 speeds, with an upper limit of 26 forces and 25 speeds. Career recommendation. Architect and Warrior. Chapter 2. System Awakening. You don't need to come up and just lift the table, right? You are listening at novel full.audio. De colois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 3. You meow and beat the rhythm. You are listening at novel full.audio. De colois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 6. Modulation of superphages. You are listening at novel full.audio. De colois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 5. Host, please weigh yourself. You are listening at novel full.audio. De colois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 8. Murong Qian. You are listening at novel full.audio. De colois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 7. Male hormone. Point 1. You are listening at novel full.audio. De colois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 9. Cancer cell reduction. What an international joke. You are listening at novel full.audio. De colois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 1. Murong strong country. You are listening at novel full.audio. Disclaimer preface. The true occurrence described in this article occurs in a parallel world or adjacent universe. If there are similarities, it must be due to the incorrect opening method. It is recommended to restart and try again. Recorders. Unscrupulous people. Blue Star. In the magical city of flower growers, there is a cancer treatment and rehabilitation hospital called Magic City Frontier Cancer Treatment and Rehabilitation Hospital. The decoration of the hospital is very bustling, with various artworks hanging on the walls, making people not think it is a hospital at first glance, but a 5-star hotel. Medical staff are very busy and do not patiently answer patient questions because there are too many patients in the queue, and they often perfunctorily solve problems. Drop. On one side of the road, the driver behind impatiently honked the horn. Urge what? Can't you see the queue and leave? Damn it. Press and press. Do you have a horn? The person in front of the car was also impatiently waiting. It wasn't because there were patients at home that they came here to block him. He was already restless and didn't get used to the other person, so he honked in response. Dee, with the sound of a horn, the blocked vehicles pressed their horns one after another as if the wires had been ignited, and the sounds kept coming and going. It seems like a trumpet battle is underway, everyone is competing over whose trumpet is louder and more piercing. The sound of these horns can almost shatter a person's eardrums. The special ward on the top floor of the hospital. A man with clear eyebrows and eyes looked down at the crowded road below, and the piercing sound of horns had become accustomed to it. Mo du Frontier Cancer Treatment and Rehabilitation Hospital is the most well-known cancer treatment hospital for flower growers. In this era of normal cancer, it can be said that there will be many cancer patients flooding in. It can be said that such situations are happening here at all times. The man gently closed the window, pulled the curtains, as if pressing the mute button on the world, and the sound of the horn outside. His name is Zai and he is an external caregiver at this hospital. At this moment, he is taking care of a very special patient in this ward. Guolao, would you like an apple? Zai said casually, then took out an apple from the fruit basket on the nearby table and peeled it. On the hospital bed, there lay an old man with a pale and extremely thin face, who was exactly what Zai referred to as the national elder. The old man spoke with difficulty. If you want to eat, you can eat it. Don't shake that apple in front of me with the old man. Don't you know that I can only rely on nutrient solution for a living now? Ka. Zai bit heavily on the sliced apple, and suddenly, the apple juice flowed all over his mouth. Wow! The dedicated apples are really different, crispy and sweet to death. This was brought by the government's special condolence, but as a result, I didn't eat a single one and it got into your little boy's stomach. Don't bother eating, go get my notebook. The old man said to Zai. Okay, Zai stood up and went to a corner of the wall, taking out a notebook from behind the curtains. No bite is free. As the saying goes, eating is short, holding is short. Zai skillfully opened his notebook and entered his password, indicating that this is not the first time he has done this. Opening a folder, Zai once again muttered and emphasized. Old man, let's talk about it first. If there's a problem, you can't sell me. Those doctors who have eyes above their heads have instructed you not to work. I'm gambling my career to do things for you. Okay, I promise not to sell you. The old man reluctantly promised that this kid would get himself vaccinated every day, and he was tired of listening. Flip to the next chapter. Yes, good, stop, yes, in the next chapter. The old man's body has lost consciousness in all its joints, which can be said to be completely paralyzed. Therefore, clicking on the document is a small matter that also requires the help of Zai. He said, Zai, move it. Zai was like a robot, repeating a movement. The apple had already been eaten, and when he was idle and bored, he spoke up, Old man, are you all like this? Don't you let go. Playing and frolicking, but the old man in front of him has always been deeply impressed by what he has done. Despite suffering from cell cancer, he is constantly exposed to radiation that is like a chronic poison, only making his final contribution to the cancer of the flower grower. The old man looked at it and said, I, Murong Jiangwo, have been engaged in research on cancer issues throughout my life. My biggest regret is that I have not overcome the problem of cancer. Nowadays, I am deeply troubled by cancer, and these past few months have given me many insights. Perhaps our previous research direction has deviated, and I do not seek evidence to warn. How long will it take to overcome the cancer problem? I do not seek treatment for myself. I only contribute my last effort to help flower growers overcome cancer. When the old man said this, he couldn't help but exude a heart-stirring temperament. Next chapter. The old man reminded me. Oh. Upon being reminded, Zai also reacted and quickly clicked on the keyboard to move on to the next chapter. G. At this point, the ward door was pushed open. A tall and sunny man walked in, named Ma Shuai. Teacher Murong. You. How could you have access to a computer? This will quickly worsen your condition. Zai, how did you take care of yourself? Ma Shuai widened his eyes and looked reproachfully at Zai, with a strong demeanor of questioning. It's not his fault, I asked him to do it. Ma Shuai, you came at the right time. It records my latest understanding of cancer. After final verification, the data is accurate. Take it back and hand it over to the research institute. The old man lying on the hospital bed spoke with difficulty. Zai didn't say anything, put away his notebook and handed it to Ma Shuai. Ma Shuai gave Zai a complex glance without saying much, then took the notebook and said. Teacher Murong, don't worry, I will safely hand over the things to the research institute. He came here because the hospital informed him that Teacher Murong wanted to see him. After taking the notebook, Ma Shuai was not in a hurry to leave, but walked up to the old man to say something more. Teacher Murong, during your illness, the research institute. The old man did not give him a chance to chat, so he directly issued an order to expel guests. Marshal Ma, you can leave now. Just have Xiao Yi accompany me here. Ma Shuai's expression paused for a moment, he looked at the old man, then at Zai beside him, and finally said. Okay, Teacher Murong, please rest more and I'll leave first. Zai, take good care of Teacher Murong. After Ma Shuai finished speaking, he turned his head and left directly. However, in the moment he turned around, a cold light flashed in his eyes. When Marshal Ma left the ward, the old man said. Xiao Yi, why do I find him increasingly unpleasant now? I just feel like. He's a bit hypocritical. The old man said that he used to value the other person very much, but now when he sees them again, he feels uncomfortable everywhere. Old man, you are a dying man, and your words are also kind. Old man, I'll go to the restroom first, and when I come back, I'll peel an apple for you to eat, you stinky kid. The old man said weakly, perhaps he was also tired, and finally closed his eyes to rest. Zai didn't say much and walked towards the outside of the ward. Isn't Chapter 10 supposed to be gone? You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 31. Cognitive Gap. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text.